wanna show you, wanna let you loose inside my brain to see if you'd run or stay. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. My love. My love. My love. I wanna know you, wanna feel how fast my heart would beat if you were close to me. I wanna show you, wanna let you loose inside my brain to see if you'd run or stay. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. My
All right, everyone. We are live for the first time, actually, and we are ready to stream the first day of comic school from Gail Simone. So, honestly, if you don't know who Gail Simone is, I feel sad for you. I can stop the music. Let me know in chat if it's distracting or if it's okay. Oh, MB, good to see you. Right, so if it's not distracting, we should be fine with that. Okay. If it's not too distracting, I leave the music. If it is, I'll take it off. Anyway, so today we are doing a little bit of a new exercise for me. I always wanted to learn how to do comics. I'm not like the most avid reader of comics. I am, I follow a few different comics, but but Gail Simone is one of my favorite comics writer. I mean, like, she should be for every single one of us. Anyway, during this quarantine, she's doing something absolutely incredible. She is donating of her time, of her knowledge, of her good heart to teach people how to write comics and to be, self-confident about it. And she's doing it it's taking about a week. And it started a few days back. And I really wanted to do it, but I was already late when I found out that's what she was doing. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to set up my YouTube channel as I was already planning to do anyway. And I'm going to do this live with people. Show people that it's doable, that you can, pretty much you just have to start. And it's going to be part of the different things I want to do about doing queer creators and talking about what it is to be a creator, a writer, an artist, and other things like that as a queer person. And definitely I want to be able to share with you guys how I write, how I edit, my process, a lot of things. 'Cause I'm already a writer. I've been writing for several years. And let's start how to do comics. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm first gonna give you in chat the links so that you can follow. I'm gonna put things on screen, obviously, but I wanna make sure that you have everything you need so that you can possibly do it too. On your own time or with me, it's fine. So let's do this. I'm just gonna do this thing. So obviously, this is the thread on YouTube, right? On Twitter. So this is where you can find pretty much everything that we're gonna go through right now together. Then I'm gonna give you here, I didn't have time to put Nightbot together, so you're gonna have to forgive me. This here that I'm giving you is a public Google Drive that I created from my stuff, and you'll find in there a good amount of femslash, so be warned. But I'll also put in there my homework from comic school and my notes, so that you guys can access that. And if you're a little lost, if you need to look at something, to get examples, this probably should be able to help you. And I need to figure it out, and it's probably in my tweets somewhere. They have a Discord channel for comic school, which is pretty cool, because a Discord server, because it's where people go to find other people to help them with their homework, and they have exams, they have like all sorts of stuff put together, but mostly a lot of people like me and you who are gonna start this thing and need to talk about it, need to figure out where to submit, the homework, because there is homework. So the second thing we're gonna do now is we're going to switch to the writing. Let's go do it. Right. Okay. So technically you should still see me. You should see my white document that I'm gonna start working on, and you should see the Twitter thread with all the class. And we are doing day 1. So there is definitely in their Discord, in the Comic School Discord, there is a link to all those classes in PDF. So you should be fine if you don't want to do it on Twitter, if you're not finding day 2. I've made a thread where there's all the different threads, because those are big threads, compiled together so that you should be able to find all the days. But no stress. I'll put more in there, and in the Discord channel you'll find definitely even PDFs. So we're gonna be good. All right, so let's start this. It's not the cleanest YouTube live, but it'll do for now. So I've not really looked except for what we need. Right, so in the first tweet, Gail says, for today's class, it would be helpful for you to have the following equipment: a pen or a pencil. We have a pen here. A notebook or a notepad. Well, I mean, I have a notebook, which is right here, but obviously I'm going to be using my computer so that I can help you and you guys can see it. A small box or a container. So I have a box right here. I have no idea what it's going to be for, but it's right here. It would be also great if you had your cell phone. So my cell phone's taken because it's my camera right now, but I have my iPad, so I think it'll do. And an 8-sided dice. So I didn't have, I have dices for Magic and D&D, but I don't have an 8-sided dice. So what I did, and I will tell you exactly, I'll type it in chat. What I did is I downloaded a app on my iPad that's called Mighty Dice. Right. So that app pretty much is a dice app. So you just launch it, choose the number of sides you want on your dice, and you can roll it randomly, which will be the dice for today. Right. The last two are not necessary. Well, we have them, so let's go for it. So then Gail tells us, if you miss a session, don't worry, you can catch up online. We can. But please don't skip ahead. Try to do a session and the exercise included. Wait a bit, then catch up if necessary, okay? Well, we're not going to skip ahead because obviously we're quite late, but it's fine. Right. First, the goal here is not to help you make a perfect story. There's no perfect story. If I can give one first piece of advice to anyone who wants to write, I think it's like creating anything else. It's like taking pictures or making video here on YouTube. You need to start doing it. If you wait until you're perfect, you will never write anything, never post anything, and you will never grow because you won't be writing. All right. So I think she shares that opinion. It is also not to get you published at this stage, obviously. What it is part lesson, part simulator of what writing comics is for most people working for a publisher. All right, so Gail's giving us first stage experience right here. So if you were working for, I don't know, Marvel or DC or Dark Horse or other comics publisher like that, if you do the exercises, you may in fact learn some things you didn't even realize at the time. So some stuff might sound a bit theatrical or specific, but it all has a point, I promise. At the end of sessions 2-5, we will have a short Q&A for specific question. And she had Q&As all the time, actually. But the thing there is, this is about, but the thing here is, this is about the nuts and bolts of writing. Part of the exercise is to create a short story under specific guidelines revealed to you a little piece at a time. If we all do it right, it'll be fun, but you'll learn a lot about what we do. I'm excited. I'm going to have some guests sit in letter sessions to teach a bit about their expertise. Most important, don't worry, you can't mess this up. The only person grading you is you. Well, that feels good. I mean, nobody likes grades. Later on, if you want to share your work, feel free, but you don't have to. And please, everyone, be helpful. Anyone being naughty has to go sit in the closet where the one kid's ghost lives and the light bulb doesn't work. Yeah, nobody wants that. Now, I'm not an artist. I can't draw at all. But I have written 600 plus comics. When I'm telling you she's a legend, she's a legend. And she writes Wonder Woman. Like, what else do you need to know? And I've hired a lot of artists. Right, so what she's trying to say here is that you can write comics although you don't draw, which I don't draw, but I'm a writer. And I think that clearly what she's trying to say here is that a comics, and you will find out it's not just a writer and an artist, it's lots of other people. And as far as I know, there's also colorists, editors, lots of things. So there are many steps of making a comics. Writing is part of it, and you definitely don't need to draw to be able to do it. This class is specifically to learn some storytelling tips and some skills that might help you when you start working with collaborators. Well, that's pretty good. Because this is day 1, it's about the very first steps. And we have a theme word for the day, and that word is focus. Right. If you want to be a good writer, a good storyteller in general, my belief, and that's my belief, is that you have to have some form of discipline. A lot of people find that boring. I actually find it liberating, but I will explain that probably in another video. Let's Gail explain. Focus. There are people who have the dedication and cussedness. I've never seen that word before, I think. Oh, if you didn't know, English isn't my first language, which it's the language in which I write, so that's why the accent. And sometimes I say a few words funny, but yeah, don't worry about it. Or just tell me in chat. We might have fun doing that. I have friends who have a lot of fun with me saying words funny. Cussedness, I think, is the word. To write a graphic novel and found it and oversee it and get it printed as their first project. We do not have to be that person, and many of them wish they had started smaller. Focus is your friend. I agree. Focus in every aspect of the process. Absolutely. Focus on an idea you believe in. Focus on keeping it narrow and impactful. Impactful is one of my favorite words when it comes to style in writing, and definitely in my writing. It's part of my voice, and I really polish it and focus on it, and it's a strong thing for me. So I'm really happy that she's using it. Focus on finishing. Yeah, yeah, that's a big one. One project, one ID, one executed story. Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of friends, and I kind of tend to do it too sometimes, where we have a lot of whips. And a WIPs is called WIP, and it's work in progress. And yeah, if you talk to any writer and ask them how many WIPs they have, they'll either tell you one, or they'll get very red in the face, they'll blush really hard, and they'll tell you that, well, they have folders and folders full of WIPs that they absolutely don't look at, or they feel terrible about themselves. So, one project, one ID, one executed story, that's our goal. It really is. So your thesis at the end is going to be something manageable, something that can be accomplished. A 5-8 page complete story. Wow, 5-8 page, that's little for me. But you know what? Since it's my first comic, I'm gonna probably think that maybe it's a lot. We'll see. Now, even that can sound intimidating, a little bit. But I promise we're doing this in minnow-sized bits. Okay, I'll trust her. And at the end, you will have written a real complete comic script with a lot of help and suggestion from people who did this for a living. Sound good? It sounds good. Let's go. There are a couple thought exercises here that are going to possibly sound a little silly. Well, silly never hurt anybody, especially when you're learning a new skill or a lot of new skills. I promise they are anything but. These two things can be the difference between writer and aspiring writer. Yes, and sometimes there's a mountain between the two, so, let's follow along. Step 1, pick up your cell phone, if you have one, turn it on, go to camera mode. All right, so, oh, I've never used a camera on the iPad. Who uses a camera on the iPad? Nobody. Seriously. All right, so camera right here. Switch it to selfie mode. Where is the selfie mode? Selfie mode. Right. What am I about to say is probably the most important thing we will cover. See that person in the camera screen? Right, well, I'm seeing myself on the stream too, just a little bit. But I hope you're doing it, right? Take your cell phone, although, unless you're using the cell phone to watch this YouTube video. If you're not, like if you're on your computer, then, use your cell phone and do it. What I'm about to say, yes, switch it to selfie mode. What I'm about to say is probably the most important thing we will cover. See that person in your camera screen? That is the person who is by miles the most likely to stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. Ouch. Take that in the feels. It's actually true, though. So true. And anxiety and all that stuff. My anxiety, for sure. Yes, that is really true. That person is the person who will say you aren't good enough. Oh, yes. You're too busy, for sure. We all said that. You're not from the right background or education. Yeah. Look at that smug bastard. Terrible angle too, so I look horrible in that iPad camera. Talent is out there. Education can be acquired. That is true. But this person on screen may already be planning to hold you back. Well, yes. I mean, let's face it. I hold myself back on everything I do, like this YouTube channel. And we all have that person in our screen. Yes, we do. I absolutely do. And I have run out of the shelf space for the comics I've written. Well, yeah, you can't argue with that. She's sold so many comics. Turn off your phone. Okay, thanks, because I'm done with that. We need to make that person our friend, our fan, and our supporter. Wow. I am very bad at fangirling, so I don't know that I can be my fan. But I can be my friend, possibly. And I'll try to be my supporter. Maybe you guys can help him with that. Right. We'll work on it, but remember, it's not weird haters, it's not critics, it's not family who are our biggest hurdle. It's almost always us, which I agree. So let's make an agreement with that person that they will shut the hell up for 5 days. Well, yeah, okay, they'll shut the hell up for 5 days. I can, since I'm going to be streaming this for 5 days and catch up with you. I mean, if we can do more than 1 day at a time, maybe I'll do that. But for now, yeah, sounds good. Right, because I'll guarantee you, speaking as a former hairdresser, she was a hairdresser? Wow. I mean, Gail Simone was a hairdresser. You know what? I made coffee at Starbucks for years. So that's new. Who lived in the boonies. I don't know where the boonies are, but I'm guessing it's somewhere where the light doesn't shine. And never had been to a con. I have never been to a con. Cons are so scary. So many people. But, maybe you all don't have social anxiety as bad as I do. Okay, so never had been to a con. She goes to all the cons and she signs stuff. And one day maybe I'll meet her. It can be done. It happens all the time. Well, if you say so. All right. I was just handed an announcement from the campus nurse that there's a bit of a bug going around. No shit. A bit of a bug. And it's called Impostor Syndrome. Oh, well, that's not the bug I was expecting. But okay. Symptoms are waffling and a panicked feeling that you don't belong. Well, I don't know what waffling is, but panic feeling that you don't belong, count me in. Alright, screw that noise. If you want to make comics, you belong. Take 2 Astro Cities and call me in the morning. Alright then. I think Astro Cities is a bus, right? Now, one more thing before we get started on the first exercise. Take out your pen and notebook if you have one. So I'm going to do this here on the computer. All right, class. I want you to think for a moment. When you think of the excuses, and I'm not judging, they may be entirely legitimate, for why you have not written a comic script before, what are the top 3 reasons for you? All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to type. I'm sorry if it's sounding a little bit in the microphone. And you know what? I'm going to take my watch as well off because I don't want to make some noise with it. All right, so comics called Day 1. Yeah, I'll take that too. Just taking all the bling off, except for the ring. All right, so comics school. Right, and we're gonna do Day 1. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna make this a little bigger so you can see it. There you go. Right, this is going to be heading 3 because I like that. Right here, we're gonna put a line. There you go. Starting to look better. I'll do a little bit of layout when, I'm not with you guys. All right, so 3 reasons why you have not written a comic script before. What are the top 3 reasons for you? Write them down on a sheet of paper. Just 3. Okay, so let's do numbers. 1. Why have I not? Okay. Why have I not written a comic yet? I'll be honest with you. The first one is because I feel that I haven't read enough comics. Because to be fair, and I'll explain this, I discovered comics when I mean in France, I'm French. In France we have, bande dessinée, which are comic books with images, and they're comic books, but they're not the same form of comics. But they're not fascicles, and they're hard shells, and they're usually a lot more pages. And I mean, it's just not the same concept. And I didn't speak English until I got to be well enough, and then I just didn't know until I find I obviously watched superhero movies and things like that, and yeah, that sparked it for me, but it was really later in life. All right, so the second reason would be because I can't draw. And I know you don't have to draw, and I knew that before, but I always thought that I could never afford an artist. So I thought that I could never afford to pay an artist to draw my comics. Right. And the third reason would be, trying to think. If you guys want to share your reason in chat, you can. Let me think. Third reason. The first reason, because I feel like I haven't read enough comics, which is true. Because I can't draw, and I thought I could never afford the artist. That's definitely up there. And the third... Oh. Sorry, somebody wants a snack. The third reason would be... I'm going to be honest here. It's a very personal reason because I'm queer, and I think possibly other queer people would feel the same way. I never thought that my queer story could be so good that a mainstream comic publisher would want to publish it. And that's definitely reason 3. Because queer stories don't get told or published, to be fair. So that's my 3 reasons. All right. I hope you have your 3s. So, we wrote them down. All right. So the next tweet in the day 1 of the class says, you don't have to say what they are here, just write them down. If you feel like listing 1, 2, or all 3 here, go ahead. Well, I just did. Don't be afraid of them, and don't be worried what people will think. Just list 3 on the paper. I did that. She says, okay, I'm seeing a lot of self-punishment in the replies, which is to be expected. Folks, I promise half of your reasons are things that have been instilled into you. They aren't necessarily true. I hope that she's right. I turned down comics offers because I thought I would suck at dialogue. I can see that. I mean, dialogue isn't that easy. I love to write with very little dialogue, but it's not obviously the same in comics because they're scripts. Now it's my favorite part. Everyone thinks it's impossible until they try and find out it isn't. They may even find out they're good at it. I hope so. But at the very least, they can find out it can be done. That's what we're going to do. All right, now if you can, tear that sheet out of your notebook. Don't tear it up or throw it away. We're going to use it later. But tear the sheet with your reasons out. Okay, so she wants me... I'm gonna write them down on a little piece of paper here because I think she wants us to put them in the box later. All right, so you see the good thing about Moleskine is that they give you these little things that you can detach from your notebook. That's the journalist soft leather notebook, and I pretty much carry these things everywhere with me. Sometimes for writing purposes, but not always. Just, you know, to-do lists. I used to use post-it notes, okay? Post-its everywhere. So now I have a little notebook because post-its are messy. All right, so my number one reason was I feel like I haven't read enough comics. Meaning I can't relate and I can't do them. I can't draw. And I feel no artist would want to draw my comic. And 3, queer stories don't get published. In mainstream media. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back in my little notebook so that I have it here. In mainstream media. I could never afford to pay a nurse who would want to draw my comic. Okay. We're gonna put, all right, so let me read the rest. Fold that sheet of paper up and put it in the box and close the lid if you have one. Yes, right. I have the sheet of paper, so I'm gonna fold it in half. Put it in the box. Right, it's in the box, and I'm putting the box to the side. This isn't a joke, I'm serious. All right, I just did it. The box is our roadblock box. Oh, roadblock books. Now that's smart. All right, and it's going to come into play later. All right. But for right now, we are taking our excuses and fears and we are putting them in a box and putting that box aside. It is not currently relevant and would only be in the way. All right. I promise you, nearly every writer you admire has or had a list like this, and it's only repetition and endurance that made them learn to see past it. I guarantee you, those Eisner, damn, I don't know that word. It's an award name. Those Eisner winners, most of them wrote the same kinds of things you did. So screw those things too. All right, deal. All right, now we're ready. We know the person we have to arm wrestle, and we put our excuses where they can't be heard. So we have a blank page, and that's terrifying, but it's exciting as hell to you. It's Jesus, but it's exciting as hell too, you guys. It is. That blank page is not your enemy. That blank page is the passport, the conduit between the thrilling ideas in your head to the open receptors in everyone else's. You get to put stuff on it, places and people. That is the best part. All right, I think that is the end of day 1. Or not. Let me see. Wow. I'm gonna check because I downloaded the PDFs. Where did I put it? Comic School. Day 1. I'm just checking because I don't want to, have missed it. Oh no, it's definitely not. Okay, we're gonna use the PDFs, guys. Okay, focus. This we've done. Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna switch the... Don't panic. I'm just gonna put the PDF on... Window capture here. Yes. Capture the cursor. Yes. Okay. So, just give me a sec. I'm gonna make it a lot smaller. Right. Don't worry if it's covering me up. We are fine here. Right. There we go. This should work. Right. Okay. Okay. I kind of like the idea of doing it with Twitter, but no. Well, that's a lot of white on the page, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I can... Oh! I have this little thing. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let's see. How do you like this? Discord. Not Discord, sorry. Dark mode. I just want to see if it works for you guys and if you think that it looks good. Hopefully. Right, we went to dark mode for the writing. Hopefully it works. Maybe I should bold it. Would that help? Yeah, I feel like it helps. Okay. Right. So we are, but it's exciting as hell to, guys, that blank page is not your enemy. Okay. That blank page is the passport, the conduit between the thrilling ideas in your head to the open receptors in everyone else's. If you say so, Gail. You get to put stuff on it, places and people. That is the best part. So much so that it's overwhelming. There are too many options, too many ideas, too many things to say. That's where that theme comes in, the focus. All right, we're all focusing. A small idea executed perfectly, that's like a crystal goblet in the sun. So it's not perfect. I don't think she meant perfectly, but you know, she's right though. It takes focus. So our story for this series is small, 5 to 8 pages. If you go over, you have to edit down. Oh, okay, noted. Because we're simulating not what you would write given endless freedom. We are simulating that you have a publisher and an editor. Okay. Oh, right, directly in situation, aren't we? 5 to 8 pages, no more. I used to hear a lot that people would say writing pro work is no different than writing fanfic. That's not true. I understand the sentiment. Do I agree with that? I do write a lot of fanfic, so it's hard to say. But writing as a pro means you are Voltron. Oh, alright, let's be Voltron. You're a part of the wire robot made of several pieces, and the other limbs move differently. So I'm going to ask again, don't jump ahead. We're trying to simulate that writing under those job conditions can be like. Okay. So some things given to you will be curveballs. Okay, that makes sense. And finally, I will be looking at a bunch of these things if requested. So for the purpose of this exercise, do not use licensed character, okay? I absolutely cannot check your work if you put Batman in it. Deal. We are not putting Batman in my story. No licensed character? Oh, that hurts. That hurts, but yes, okay. I believe in you. I believe you can do this. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can definitely do it without Batman, but This is a safe thread. Anyone being rude will just get flunked and blocked. No shit. Personally, I got so excited because I tweeted at Gail that I was going to live stream this and that I was gonna, follow day 1 and day 2, 3, 4, 5 here with you guys or on my own. I don't know how many of you are here right now, but anyway, I promised that I was going to do that, and she followed me back and she retweeted it. She was all over it, and a lot of people from the Comic School's tag were absolutely lovely about it. So yeah, I kind of felt good that I had that happen. I did fangirl for a little bit. She's got a brilliant mind and I really like it. So yeah, this is a safe space. Obviously, my channel needs to stay that way, and anybody in chat being an ass is going to get blocked and banned and reported, whatever we can do here on YouTube. It does not have to be pulling teeth. Well, I hope so. You can make it fun, you can make it rewarding. Okay. All right, get your 8-sided dice if you have one. Do I have one? I do. Okay, so the dice. I'm not gonna capture. I can't I mean, if I was editing this video after and we weren't live, I would definitely put the dice on on the stream so that you guys could see it, but you're gonna have to, you know, trust me with the result. Right, so I got my dice out. If not, here's an online generator when from the lovely folks as Wizards and D&D. Yeah, definitely. I'll put this here. If you guys want to check, and I suppose I could open that. Hold on. I can open that and put it here in. All right, let's see what happens. We want this dice. All right. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess I can do it on stream with you then. Right. We're going to do the first step only today. It's probably the easiest portion of the entire series, but it's also the most important. Okay. In comics, you have to do a springboard. What's a springboard? I think she's going to help me. In comics, you either pitch a comic to an editor, or an editor calls you and asks you to write something. In either case, you have to give them something brief, very brief, that explains your basic idea with little detail. Okay. This is called a springboard. See, I told you she was going to help me out. And it's short. All right, guys, short. I think that is the key word right now. The editor doesn't have time and doesn't want to read 3 pages of outline for a story they have no interest in. All right, that's like a plot summary. Yeah, I do that a lot. So you do a springboard, generally a few sentences at most. It contains the characters, conflict, and what makes the story worth printing. No pressure. Whew. I said that, she didn't. That's concise, being concise, and I think it's concisiveness. Yes, concisiveness. Being concise, is a very hard exercise for all writers. I wrote an epic story. I mean, I write stories that are big as books, so this is hard. I have a kitten in the back. She's getting into shenanigans. She always does that. Especially when I'm live streaming. It's her thing. Anyway. So. It contains the characters, conflict, and what makes the story worth printing. Okay then. Often, you will be asked for a few springboards, so that the editor has a choice. Oh wow! So not only do you do it once, but you do it several times so that they can choose in between. Now that's hard. It's like pitching a novel. Like, you don't pitch like 5 different novels, right? You only pitch one. And, I mean, granted you get rejected a lot, but you don't pitch a few. And then you write one that your editor wants. That's so backwards. At least it feels backwards to me. Right. That's your assignment today for tomorrow. 2 springboards, short notice. Can you create on the fly? Can you convey a great idea succinctly? Succinctly. That's a hard word, okay? Don't take me... That's a hard word. I'll say it again. Succinctly. Yes, I did that. Okay. A springboard is the ignition key. Nothing goes without it, obviously. Now, here are the genres you can write your springboard from. Remember, the one that gets chosen will become a full 5-8 page story. You choose the genre from the list next tweet. Extra credit. Roll the dice to randomly pick a genre. Wow. Extra. Roll twice to combine 2 genres. Oh, that is wicked. That is so wicked. Okay. What do I do, guys? Do I roll once? Do I roll twice? Or do I just pick? I mean, I'm seeing the list here. I'm going to read the list once, right? There's SF, so science fiction, fantasy, slice of life, horror, romance, crime, superhero, and comedy. So I'll be honest with you, I won't do horror. That's definitely not my style. But I'll leave it up to you. So we'll take that one out. For sure. I mean, if it's number 4, so if 4 comes up, we'll just re-roll. But do you want me to roll the dice and pick a random one? Do you want me to roll the dice twice and combine? Or do I just pick the one I like? You guys help me out here. In chat. If it's just MB, you have to help me out. What do I do? Do I roll the dice once, twice, or not? I'm looking at chat. Chat is this way. Or this way. Nope, it was this way. There's a delay between the live and the stream directly on YouTube, but I'm really wondering, like, oh, so you want me to roll the dice twice? Oh, that is mean. Okay then. All right, we're looking at the dice right here. It's number 8. All right, so rolling. Oh, of course. So as I said, number 4 is horror, and I will not do horror. So for me, that's a no. So let's roll again. 5. 5 is romance. All right, so let's make a note. Right. Dice roll. 1, number 1. 5 for romance. All right, let's roll the dice a second time. If you were saying 2 for fantasy, which I would have liked that, it's busted. You should have explained yourself better. All right, rolling again. Number 2 for fantasy. Okay. So, I think you can see the list right here on the screen, right? Right, so dice roll number 2 is 2 for fantasy. I love fantasy, so this is good. Right, okay, so we have chosen the 2 things, the 2 genres that are gonna go in our Oh, I need to close the door. Sorry. Where is that cat? Oh, here she is. She's hiding. She'll come back. If you hear her whine, let me know. I have the headset. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we say. Choose from these genres or roll for extra difficulty. Well, I just did the roll, so I just got myself complicated right off the bat. Now, what are we doing here is very like what happens to pro comic writers all the time. Marvel called me and said they were doing a weird romance book. Oh, here's the whiner. Hold on. Come here. No? Okay. I'll catch her later. Show her on stream for you guys. Right, so she says, Marvel called me and said they were doing a weird romance book. I had a set page number to fill. That's what this mimics. It's very real world. Okay then. If you can do this, if you can make a story come out of elements turn out you like this, congratulations, you are seriously on your way. We'll see. So here's your assignment. In the same genre you choose, rolled, create 2 separate Springboard, separate IDs, no licensed characters. That's the hard part for me. Yes, okay. I'll catch you. All right. We have a visitor. Meet Osiris. She's the local kitten in this house. Yes. She likes to be on camera. She likes to be on YouTube. Yes. She likes to be on Twitch when I stream also. Right? So, I'm gonna put her in my lap. What have you done to your nose, silly? Right. And we're gonna keep at this. Okay. So if you hear somebody, mewing away, that's Osiris. There you are. You get kisses and everything. Now everybody's met you. Just, you need to be nice. You can't stay in my lap all the time either. Right? Because I need to write. So either you lay down. You gonna be okay? Right. She's purring, so I think we're on our way. Alright. So, congratulations, you're seriously on your way. Well, I don't feel that much on my way. So 2 Springboards, separate IDs, no licensed characters. In the same genre, I'm very serious about this. Don't stress yourself. No one is reading your work if you don't want them to. That's very true, because if you don't show them, they're not going to see it. But if you can do this, you will have a foundation skill that pro writers have to have. Okay, the ability to make a story from ingredients someone hurls at you. That's your homework. Remember, the person on the phone screen has a muzzle and the excuses are locked tight in the box. There's a lid on it. It's just you and your blank page. Have fun. Don't torture yourself. Give yourself the chance to be good before self-criticizing. Don't skip ahead. Don't start writing pages. Because we learn how to make our first page tomorrow. Okay, cool. So that's going to be day 2, guys. I promise you, you don't know what you can do until you try. Don't worry about form or perfection. Sell your story IDs in 1 tweet each. Oh, it has to be... Oh, wow, it has to be on Twitter. Because that is a skill that will serve you your entire career. You will take out you will take out of this what you put into it. Have fun, be bold, be silly, be serious. Take your passion with you, because that's what gets you through the nights when you have no idea what you're doing. Passion is the second tool in your toolbox. Focus and passion. That's it for today. School's out, everyone. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow you turn in your springboard if you're willing to share. Good day, and stay away from the kite-eating tree. Upcoming topics include page layout, outlines, working with artists, editorial, and more fun. Comic School is out. Special announcement on the loudspeaker. You are more than welcome to hang out and discuss your ideas with each other in the gym, which is currently empty because Team Captain has a slum intro, Frida pie, and barfed on the volleyballs. Okay, that was funny. All right, so how long have we been here? I don't even have a counter right now. Live chat. Right, an hour. We just crossed an hour. Okay. Oh wow, this is kind of hard. So, one tweet each. Huh. All right. We need to figure out one thing. How many characters in a tweet? 280 characters. Okay. Wow. That is not easy. Okay. You know, I could launch Twitter and do drafts. That would be a thing that would be possible. Okay. Twitter. Do I have Twitter here? Yes, I do. Right. Oh, I hate this thing. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So Gail said 2 springboards in tweets. And in there we need... So I'm trying to think what goes in that springboard again. I'm looking up. Right. Characters, conflict, and what's the story worth printing? Okay, so I'm gonna write that here. Okay, a springboard has is only a few sentences. That contains the characters, the conflict, and what makes the story worth printing. Okay. So we have 2 genres, romance and fantasy. They don't necessarily need to be superheroes, but they could be heroes, right? So Right. Very real world, okay. Okay. So fantasy and romance. So for us, it's definitely gonna be okay. So, and we need to write two separate springboards. Okay, so springboard 1. Right. So here we have fantasy and romance. So definitely 2 women. So women 1, woman 1, woman 2. Okay. I'm not gonna use characters that I know, but I'm definitely going to inspire myself the kind of stories that I like and the things that always attract me, and also motivate me to write fan fiction. And not that I'm gonna put that together, but I love a good redemption story, right? So the conflict, definitely, and so the story, I'm guessing the story a little bit, the plot. So plot slash what what makes it worth printing. Okay, so it's going to be so we definitely have a redemption story here. I definitely like the reluctant hero arc. I always like, who doesn't like a reluctant hero arc, right? So we're in a fantasy thing. There needs to be magic. And magic or something, you know, something very definitely elves or something elvish for sure. Something dwarvish, dragons. What else do we need? What do we need? So something I really like is, I have hair everywhere. You're really? Okay. Sorry, resituating. Okay. Right, so here's what I'm gonna do first. Springboard brainstorming. Right? Right, so some brainstorming for Springboard 1. Right, so let's start. We need something... So, so we're going to do the villain redemption arc. So our hero here, the hero is the villain, okay? Hero is the villain. And she's, okay, so let's say, I know it, social justice is something that matters to me. As a queer writer, I want to say that it's kind of my way to maybe help people writing social justice inside of my story helps me change the world. And I know it sounds a little big the way I'm saying it, and it sounds silly, but the way you write it, the way you treat your characters, the way you treat your plot, the way you this, the way you sense, the way you are sensitive and how you bring out your plot creates awareness and at the same time is entertainment. It's like a very good, it's like I was watching YouTube and I watched this series from this channel called Indie Mogul, and they had this very famous music video DP, and I can't remember his name, but he was a black man, and he explained, talking about one video in particular, that you get the food and the medicine, and that to make the medicine go through, you have to get the food. And I thought it was very interesting because you create the entertainment, and within it, you put your message. And if your entertainment is good enough, then people will go through it and they'll read the message. And for some people, at least you hope, when you're doing it, then the message gets in. People hear it, they understand it, and it comes to them. And when they see it again in real life, they'll recognize the message. And if your message is, diversity, inclusivity, then make your characters different, your plot different. Just put your medicine in your entertainment. So, this is here what we're gonna do. So our hero is definitely not white. Our hero is not white. And, black, Latina, Asian, native, you need to decide. And obviously it's gonna make things different for you. And if you're not of that ethnicity, for example, if you're not, if we're talking race here, you need to do your research so that you do justice to the diversity that you're trying to include. So for me here, there's a third genre, and it's the same genre that I use for everything: fan fiction, fiction, even in editing I use it. That genre is activism, and social justice is activism. So my hero is not white, absolutely. And we're already talking queer women, for me, because that's what I want to see. So hero is not white, and I haven't chosen an ethnicity yet, but we will. Is the villain, and she's okay, so she's been coerced. Coerced is a good thing. From a young age, she's been coerced. So we're in fantasy world, right? So we're talking like Lord of the Rings, like all that kind of stuff, like, what else is fantasy? Aragon, fairy tales, the Enchanted Forest. We're talking all of those things, and that for me represents so. Is she a witch? Is she a ranger? Is she royalty? Is she a witch? Is she a ranger? Is she royalty? Is she the guard? She's not the lady in distress. We don't want that. Is she like Maleficent a little bit? That not so good character, but still good. They start good, and they end up so hurt that they inflict something dark and they exalt this darkness. All right, so is she being coerced? Is she been, manipulated from a young age? Or has she been hurt in her innocence and became, dark by reaction, by emotional reaction? That's a good question. Because, we don't want to go with the princess who doesn't want to get married or, something like that. And we don't want to hurt our marginalized character unnecessarily. Which is hard to do, especially if that character starts by being a villain. It's a little bit like in, The Witcher. I haven't seen the series yet, but I know that there's this character and marginalized Twitter was really, disabled Twitter mostly, was really upset that the disabled character fixed themselves, right? So we don't want to do that either, because that's offensive. There's a lot of things that we can't do exactly as easily as anybody would do. It's probably going to take me half an hour more than anyone else to find the right way to present those characters, but it's not a bad thing. Unless you're in competition with Gail Simone, then, she'll... Well, actually, she's really sensible and sensitive with her character, so she might, she'll beat me any day of the week, but she might take a little bit longer than your average writer who wouldn't think about that. All right, so Here Is Not White is dark or a villain, not a villain just yet, like is a villain / dark. Maybe she's been told that another, so that's a cliche, another race in that in that fantasy world, another race is considered like bad or dumb. I like that. I like that idea. Is a villain or dark. She's been she's aughty, yeah. She's been taught that the human race, we're gonna make this person from another race, and we're gonna call these human race the round ears, right? I like that term in fantasy, people, and I also like sentient animals like dragons, fairies, and stuff like that. So so she's an elf, right? Hero is an elf, not white. He's a villain / dark personality, right? She's been taught that the other races in their world are inferior, right? Servant. maybe, or, you know, yeah, the servant that turns, you know, her heart back to, oh, that's nice. Right, so she's a, what is she? Oh, I was gonna say something insane. And only there to serve them. Okay. To serve elves. Okay. Right. So are inferior and only and we're gonna call them men, and the race of men is there to serve them. Okay, to serve elves. All right. Or maybe not men. Let's completely forgo the idea of humans. And especially fairies and fays can, or, you know, they can, you know, especially werewolves, centaurs. Because obviously women too, our nicer character is going to be from that specific race. So let's go with that. So that person needs to be, they need to be magical, but with two different ways of magic. They need to have different magic, but still they both have magic, because I kind of like that. Or oh, even better, that person is part of the guard. Like, yes. And they ride unicorns. I really like that. Especially humans. We're gonna go with humans because humans die easily. Especially humans who are there to serve them. Okay, so we have that ID. Right. Okay. So, the hero is an elf. She's not white. She's a villain, dark personality. She's been taught that the other races in their world are inferior, and especially humans who are there to serve elves. She's one of the daughters of, let's say, like, she's not, you know, she's not exactly super high on the royalty list, but I think she should be protected. Obviously, her race is at war because she needs to be protected. She's one of the daughters of magic, and as such, she has a personal guard to protect her powers. So when she acts, well, like when there's something that she needs to do, that she's asked to do or told to do, she has a bit of cannon fodder that follows her. And our second character is one of these guards. I kind of like that. I really like that. Maybe she even has werewolves around her. Right? So she's not royalty specifically. But yeah, you like it? Good. I mean, if anyone has, suggestions, this is good. Right. So we're going to name her. We're going to name her, both of them. Let's name the first woman and the second woman. All right. Something simple for this woman too, and something complicated for her, or something very specific. 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 So, Elvish names. That is very Lord of the Ring. So, yes, you know what? We're going to play around gender. We're definitely going to play around gender. So those names are... do we want Tolkien names? Let's try this. No thanks. Eilrindum, Eirendil, Aesen, Aesen, Agis, Afamrail, Aelmar, Aitlin, Akar, Alabiran, Aranel. I like Aranel. Arazorwin, no, Avrat, Adamar, Adorelin. Oh, that's nice. Adrazin, Adus, Aelrindil, Aerendil, that's Aemar, Aesar, Aesen, Aegis, okay. There's a lot of A, right? Alabiran, Albondiel, Alinar. No. Alok, Alsoren, Amren, Akash, Alisa. Aliesa. Yeah, Aliesa. Alia. Alvara, Alanya. Arwen, of course. Let's just go through a few. No, definitely not Beliar. That's a YouTuber who plays World of Warcraft. Beldroth, Bellas, Belstrom. I don't like B words very much. Cameron. Okay, Cameron is gonna be... I like that. Cameron is definitely going to be the second woman. Cameron. Because that could be... Oh, come on, Google. Would you please do that in normal text thing? No. And... oh, Jesus Christ. I hate when this thing just decides to be annoying. So we're going to go bold again. There we go. That way you guys can see it. All right, Cameron is going to be woman 2. Aramith. Oh, that's very nice, Aramith. But you know what? I'll put it down. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'll put it down. Why not? For oh yeah, Cameron with a K. K. Sorry, that was French. Sometimes my. Okay, so Cameron, because that way you don't know if it's a man or a woman, and I like the fact. I think woman 2 is going to be non-binary. Right? Non-binary. So we don't know if. So we're gonna say character 2. Right? Character 1. Yes. Okay. So character 1 and character 2. Because we're doing a romance here. So Cameron is non-binary lesbian. We have that. Okay. Or no. They're even... Well, I mean, I can make them a lesbian or a pansexual. Pansexual would be nice. Okay. Cameron and Aramis. Non-binary. You like that? I mean, non-binary is their gender identification and lesbian is their sexual identification. So you can be non-binary and lesbian, you can be non-binary and bisexual and pansexual, you can be binary, non-binary and heterosexual. You can be, you know, I mean, although, yeah, it makes you not cis. So, but you can be in bi and definitely heterosexual. So let's do lesbian, or you do yes. You need to tell me exactly what you mean, because I'm sorry, I forgot what was my question. So you do yes what? Okay, so Cameron is our non-binary lesbian for now. We'll see if we want to do something different. Let's go back to the names. The C is nice. I like Aramith. I like that because Aramith, we can call her Air as a shortened name, I suppose. If we want her, then Clodar. Oh, that's. I could have gone for Celtic names because I am Celtic and I live in Celtic country, but Calaral, Chandrel, no. Josiana, no. Sierradale, no. It needs to sound elfic, but it needs to be. Okay, so non-binary lesbian it is, but it needs to be elfic, but it needs to be easy to say. Diana, or Diana, no, Dakath, and it needs to be, well, we'll say she's a woman, so it needs to be, it could be a little more feminine sounding. Delsaran, no, what about Dalaran? Darkus and Darfin, no, I don't like that. Divisav, oh, Droth, no. Druindar, Denestra, that's very Daenerys though. Denestra, oh, that sounds very, yeah, Denestra, that sounds very dark witch, which she is, but you know, she's not as, she's not mean, she's cold, or say, powerful, you know, that powerful, distant, dark persona. So Dianestra, yeah, it's just too, yeah, no, it sounds just too Daemon. So Daemon is, or Daemon is the way, it looks too much like something from the Golden Compass. Dark as Dior. Dior. Oh no, that would be extra. I like it. Do you like Dior? Tell me if you like Dior. Ilaria. I like Ilaria. Aaron Spear. Spear. Aaron Spear. Eden Sear. Arendelle. We all know that guy. I love her. Alethan. Elith. Elendor. No, we know that guy too. Elder. Okay, not Elcazel. Elisar. No. Eltargrim. This is hard, guys. Erlen. Aaron. I mean, we can definitely play around. Elora. If you have not seen Willow, you should. I love that movie. Elora. It's a beautiful name, but it's more open, more light. Eldrin. We need some... No, not Elrond either. So we need something dark, but Fenris. We know that guy. I'm trying, guy. I'm sure if something gets my attention, we'll see. We'll get it. If you guys have other ideas, you let me know. Guntar, no, Galadriel. Really? I can't call her Galadriel. No, we can't do that because Gail said no already existing people. Gail, Gayme, no, that's Gillihead. All of that is light. Gwyn. Ugh. No. No H. I don't like H. I don't like H because it's going to be horrible for me to pronounce, and I'm not going to know if I should say the H or not the H or, you know, whatever. So, no. And Ivran, Idril. No I's either. No J's. No K, because we have a K already. Okay. Lemtur. Laina. Oh. Laina. Or Lyanna. Lyanna. Now people are going to say if I go with Lyanna, I'm cheating. Do you think I'm cheating, MB, if I go with Lyanna? I think I'm cheating. You know what? It's kind of cute though. Lyanna. Let's see. We'll put it down. You'll tell me if I'm cheating. Okay. Yeah, me neither. Okay. Definitely not Leonidas. Lorislan. Lorison, Lurlan, let's Liari. Well, if it was Liana, Laina. I don't know. Leandra. Lilith. Leilasa. I'm not gonna call her Leia. Leandra. Nah, I've heard that word. Actually, on my island, I know a boy who's named Leandro. So, Oh. Lilith is Lilith. My Lyra. Myralia. Maria. Miara. Marina. No. Muriel. Morwen. No, we all know that. Myra. Myeli. Melisandra. No. Merith. Mathilde. Oh, that's definitely a French name. Myrtle. Oh, Muriel. Mael. Morgan. No. Narbeth. We're gonna end up with your name, Marybeth. Napoleon almost. Narbeth. No. Narjul. Nah. Nin. Nishala. No, it needs to be a several. We have Cameron, so that's 3. So we need 3. 2 or 3 max. I like Aramith, actually. Oh, it's Arabelle. Are you sending me kisses because I like your suggestion? We can color either... You know why I like Aramith? Because it makes me think of a musketeer. Which is Aramis, as you know. But Aramith, we can color Era or Myth. We could even play on her name so that people call her Myth because they don't know her full name. So they call her Lady Myth and they don't know that she's Aramith, right? Oh, that's brilliant, actually. All right, let's forget about the name. We are calling her. So she is Aramith is her true name, but they call her Lady Myth, which sounds really good. Right. They call her Lady Myth because they don't know her true name, but Cameron is going to know her true name. There. And so they're non-binary, so Cameron is they, them. Right. I mean, they could be she, they, because that happens a lot. But I think for the concept of opening people's mind to new characters and to new things, we're gonna do Cameron is they, them, and they're non-binary lesbian, and Lady Myth, and she is so she, her, right? She, her, and so right, amazing. And so Aramith. Yeah, and the moment she realized that she loves Cameron, because it's the whole story, right? Romance, fantasy. Cameron gets to call her Era, which is something completely taboo. It's totally taboo, because obviously the elves are not supposed to be with the humans who are their, servant / cannon fodder / guardians, because obviously elves live forever, but there's not many elves. There's more humans than elves. That's what we're gonna do, because we need proper not slavery that bad, but we need to give more value to Aramith in the relationship, not in the relationship with Cameron, but in the world's relationship, right? It's important that it's established with a hierarchy. So in that world, so in the brainstorming, I'm going to write here. So in the world's hierarchy, I don't know how to write proper. Okay, humans are at the bottom, and elves are at the top, right under dragons. Yeah, because we're gonna have dragons, we have werewolves, the whole thing. Werewolves, we have centaurs, we have giants, we have dwarves, right? I'll write the hierarchy later. We have dwarves, we have fairies, we have fae, right? We have, cat, lynx, or, big cats, a cat form, cats. So we have lynxes. I don't know if that's the word for sphinx. No, lynxes, because sphinxes are, really like, there's the whole riddle with them. Although it could be cute. How do we call, we have lynxes. We're going to call them the lynxes. Or the, oh no, the flying ones. Flying cats. Cat's name. What is that? Winged cat. Flying cats, winged cat. Okay, magical cat creatures. Felines, blue mountain, blue tiger, bucanera, beast of burden, cactus cat, chimeras. Right, we want chimeras, right? Oh, wrong one. Yeah, we want chimeras. So I'm not going to call them lynxes, I'm going to call them chimeras. That's the one I'm just looking for. I mean, that's kind of more than just legendary, but felines, fish. Legendary creatures from mythology, folklore, and fairy tales sorted by... Okay, cats. Cats, canines, felines.
I guess we all have future pants. The pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day.
Oh, griffons. Oh, I like that. Chimeras are more like lions. Griffins. I like griffins. Manticores, no. Narashima. Okay. Phantom cat, panthers. Underwater panthers? Wow. How did I not know about that? Tigris, giant lion, forest of Bailey. Okay, sea lions. Oh, nope. Panther, phantom cat. Okay, griffins and chimeras. Do we want griffins? Griffins fly. Okay, so griffins it is. Griffins, unicorns. I have to have my unicorns. Griffins, unicorns, What else? Let's see. Fish, hyenas, marsupials, mongoose, pet killer. Oh! Primates. Bigfoot, Hibagon. What is that? Oh, it's like Bigfoots. Satori, Sergio, Shook Monkey, Shook Wukong, Yetis. I mean, all sort of legendary sentient animals. That's right. Maybe we give Era a companion griffin, right? Or a hippogriff, right? Like in World of Warcraft, they can fly, right? The hippogriffs. We're gonna say that Era has a griffin, and Cameron has, she has a pet companion. No, she has a magical companion. Griffin. How are we gonna name the griffin? Good question. We'll think about that later. And Cameron is a non-binary lesbian, and she rides a... Maybe they all do, right? She has a special companion, which is kind of, you know, she rides a... do Pegasus have horn? Okay, she rides a unicorn flying. What's a flying unicorn called? Winged unicorn? Really? Equine. Equines, not bovines, canines, camelids, equines. Sure, the upper body of a female human and lower body of legs of a horse, from which that's a centaur. First one. Oh, I remember that. It's French. Chiron. A centaur. Hippogriff. It's a kind of a winged horse with the upper body of an eagle, so that's not what we want. Half horse, half human. Can I unicorn, white horse, unicorn, Pegasus. Right, so we're gonna say a horned Pegasus. A unicorn Pegasus. There we go. Right, and she's special because they don't... I mean, they're special. Sorry. They're special because because humans don't usually ride sentient animals, which is a rare combo. Right. So it's going to be the same story in Springboard 2. But what we'll do in Springboard 2 is that we'll change the angle. So in Springboard 2, we have the same story, but we changed the angle, meaning we are in the reluctant hero as Cameron is the reluctant hero. Or they're the reluctant hero. So right. So we have the same characters, we have the same fantasy world, and we have the same conflict, which we are not yet in. We have the same conflict, except the angle of the story is that Cameron is the reluctant hero here. So we have a redemption arc right here. So this conflict's gonna start. So it's a redemption story. We're gonna have. So why is it a redemption story? So here it is. So we are at war between the elves. Maybe another race of elves. Or the dwarves. For world, obviously we're at war for world domination. For world domination, and it's an endless war because elves are immortal. We're not going to change the whole of fantasy in one go. So elves are immortals, and we have just brainstorming here. I'll tidy up all of that, and I'll make a tweet for each thing. Here's the tweet. Each springboard needs to be in 280 characters. Oh my god, guys, wow, we need another extra hours for this. Yes. We have this thing. So 280 characters for a love story. Oh dear. Alright, so we need a name. So we are at war. Okay. Conflict, redemption story. Right. So so here's what I'm doing here, right? I am brainstorming this whole thing, and then I'll make the tweets. That's what we're gonna do. Guys, I'm gonna have to give you like timestamps for you to, jump to when you rewatch this video, because it's gonna be a 3-hour stream. This is nuts. Okay, so it's hurting my ear a little bit. Right. So we have conflict, redemption story, we're at war. Yeah, it's a very old war. Possibly people don't even remember why. That's a bit cliche. It's an endless war between elves, because elves are immortal. It's an endless war between elves and... I mean, it can be between two different races of elves. Between, dark elves, light elves. That'd be a little too cliche again. If anyone wants to help me out, help me out. Suggestions are always good. Let me think. It's actually called The Endless War. Yes, so we need a name for that world. And how are we gonna call it? We need a world name. It needs to be a beautiful world, very luxurious. That's, you know, have gorgeous okay. How do you say luxurious in Elvish? Luxurious. Okay. Luxury. Okay. Lavish. Oh, jeez. Come on. Breathtaking. Beautiful? Come on, beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. Oh, ideal. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Amazing. Okay. And now we're going to take Ilvan, right? Ilvana, perfect. Ilvana. And we're going to change it a little bit so that it's different. So Ilvana. So Ilvana. Ilvanor. Ilvanor, that is the name of that planet world. And we're gonna not call it Ilvanor, we're gonna call it Elvanor. Elvanor. Oh, you're living. Oh, alright. I'll be on my own. Come on. Stay in chat a little. No, we're gonna call it Ilvanor is good. Ilvanor. Yeah, Ilvanor. Okay. So, the conflict is a redemption story. So, plot what makes... Alright, so the tweet. The tweet. Conflicted Right. Conflicted by the meaning of her actions. Lady Myth. Conflicted in her motivation to keep fighting the endless war of Ilvanor. The endless war for Ilvanor. Lady Myth. Lady Myth. Trusts trust in her human guard, Cameron, as they in her human guard, in her human trust in her guardian, Cameron, as they escape conflicting. Yeah, I need to trust in her guardian, Cameron, as they escape because I'm selling a plot, right? But I mean, that's like the summary of the story, or the first chapter. But Lady Myth, trusts in her guardian, Cameron, as they guide her. They defect together. They defect together to find a way to stop the endless war. And that's their common motivation. And so Aramith turns from being the mean elf in that the bad side of that war, into the hero that's going to stop it. Yes, I like that. So, right. Conflicted in her motivation to keep, conflicted in her, conflicted in her on her position as she fight the endless war for Elvenor. Aramith begins her journey to redemption as she trusts in her guardian Cameron to guide her The planet is alive. The planet is alive, people. I like in sci-fi I love to write alive planet. Planets. Okay. Conflicted on her position. Conflicted. Okay. Conflicted with her fight in the endless war for Elvenor. Aramith begins her journey to redemption as she trusts in her guardian Cameron to guide them to rebel. I love that word. Don't you love that word? The tweet. Okay. Conflicted with her fight in the endless war for Elvenor. Aramith begins her journey to redemption as she trusts in her guardian Cameron to rebel. The endless war to rebel. And her guardian Cameron and rebels against her and rebels as they journey to so they need to journey to someone or something as their journey begins to save Elvenor. You don't even need to know what they fight, right? Conflicted with her fight in the endless war, Aramith begins her journey to redemption as she trusts in her guardian Cameron and rebels Right. Right, no. And trusts in her guardian Cameron as they rebel and begin their journey to save Ilvanor. Cameron as they rebel and begin their journey to save Ilvanor. Conflicted with her fight in the Endless War, Aramis begins her journey to redemption. Begins. Nope. Aramis chooses redemption and trusts in her guardian Cameron as they rebel and begin their perilous journey to save Ilvanor. That's not too bad, right? So that's angle one, right? In the Endless War, Aramis chooses redemption and trusts in her guardian Cameron as they rebel and begin their perilous journey. In her guardian, yes. You don't need to know just yet that they're elves and all of that. It's just in my head, in your head, when you start plotting, right? When you start deciding what story you want to tell, you can start from tons of different points. I started from my message, right? So in this story, and you see what's incredible though, is that it's hard here to put the detail of my message. It's hard to put my message in this, but I'm selling the entertainment so I can tell my message. And that's what your springboard needs to be. It needs to be, yeah, it needs to be selling the entertainment so you can weave in the message. And I think, right, so we started by, this is, yeah, I like redemption stories. So obviously they're gonna fall in love, but I don't know if this, you know, talks about romance as much as I would like that to. It definitely sounds fantasy because of the names. She elf. Elf. Elven witch. Elven witch. The question is, how many characters is this? Okay, word count. Tools, word count, characters. 184, so we have more room. Haha. Okay. We need characters. Right. Oh no, we need spaces counted, including space. Right, so that's what we need. We have 285. This is good, guys. This is good. Okay, so conflicted with her fight in this, in this endless war. Conflicted in the fight. We're going to call it the endless war, so we're going to capitalize it so that we know it's the conflicted with her fight in the endless war. Elven witch Aramith chooses redemption and love by trusting her mysterious, how do we say non-binary? Because I want them to understand that it's a different thing. And I can't say non-binary lesbian. Separate IDs. That's hard, dude, because I have two. Okay, so I can come up with something different here. Conflicted with her fight in the endless war, Elven witch Aramith chooses redemption and love in trusting we have 280 characters, right? So we still have 100 characters. It goes a lot faster than you think. Conflicted with her fight in the Elvish endless war. In the endless war, Elven witch Aramith chooses redemption and love in trusting her chooses redemption and love and trusting her I want them to know it's a woman. It's a non-binary person. So I want them to know that it's a lesbian relationship, but in her unexpected guardian Cameron her entrusting Cameron, comma, right, her unexpected, ambiguous Aramis chooses redemption. Dark Elven. Dark Elven. She's not... We're gonna call her a dark elf. Like, you know, she's a Sith, pretty much, in Star Wars terms. Okay, Dark Elven Witch. Aramis chooses redemption and love in trusting Cameron. Her unexpected and ambiguous and mysterious. Her unexpected and ambiguous female guardian. Okay, what's a female synonym for guardian? Okay. Oh, Virgo, that is nice. Female warrior here. Virgo. Because in French, I would call her, you know, protector or guardian in a, you know, Virgo, because she's buff and everything. Because they are buff and everything. I like that. Shield Maiden. Not a Shield Maiden. Virgo. Guardian, Trader... No. No. Begeisha? Oh, not Begeisha. Female martial artist. Oh no. Valkyries. So Valkyries are women, right? Okay, female guardian words. No, those are names, words. We want words. Virgo, right. Okay, so we have that. What else can we do? It's hard. English is hard that way. It's which is the same. Which is the same actually. There's a good thing about English being very gender neutral, which I appreciate coming from a French language which is very binary in terms of gender. And but at the same time, there's a very interesting aspect of being able to use words that are either female or male so that you can precise a concept. French is very literal thinking, and English is very conceptual, idiomatic as a language, and it's very hard to say, because you can say author, authoress, or whatever, but it's hard. It's hard to know. Oh, maybe I could call her a fairy. Maybe I could say she's a fairy. Protector, guardian spirit, good angel, champion. Amazon. She could be our Amazon. Virago, huh? Virago. I kind of like that. Is a woman who demonstrates their heroic qualities. The word comes from the Latin word virago. Heroic maiden, female warrior, vigorous. Andrea. Philgate Bible. Amazons, yeah. Okay, what's a synonym for Amazon? Amazon. Bitty bitch. Dragon, fire eater, fishwife, furry, harpy, harridan, hellion. Hellion? What is that? Let's see, Matcup, ogress, porcupine, she-devil. Tigress, virago, vixen, culminator, hellcat. All right, we're gonna go with virago. Unexpected, ambiguous, virago, guardian, as they rebel. Guard and guardian. I like the guardian. Virago, guardian. Unexpectedly ambiguous, virago, guardian, as they rebel and begin their perilous journey to save Ilvanor. So they need to go somewhere. Right. And begin their perilous journey. So they need to go somewhere, in order to save Ilvanor, sorry. They need to go somewhere or find someone in order they can go back in time, they can do a tons of things, but they need to find the meaning of this war and why it started on the perilous journey to the historian. They need to find the historian. The dragon. Virago guard. As they rebel and begin their perilous journey to find the guardian. The guardian is a dragon. The guardian dragon. The dragon guardian. The dragon guardian of the heart of guardian of the heart of the key. It's a key of the key to save Ilvanor. Save their world, Ilvanor. Ha 276. Conflicted with her fight in the endless war. Dark elven witch Arameth chooses redemption and love in trusting Cameron, her unexpectedly ambiguous Virago guard, as they rebel and begin their perilous journey to find the dragon guardian of the key to save their world, Ilvanor. Yes, that works, I think. Unexpectedly is useless. So now the whole point now. Sorry. Closing that door. I am now alone in the house. Right. Conflicted with her fight in the endless war, dark elven witch Arameth chooses redemption and love in trusting Cameron, her ambiguous Virago guard, as they rebel on their perilous journey to find the dragon guardian of the key. The dragon guardian. What is it, kitten? What is it, kitten? Are you unhappy? The dragon guardian of the key to end the war and save their world. 267. We're almost there. conflicted. What? Okay, conflicted with her role in the what is it? All right, hold on. You want to come back on this train? Right, we have a visitor again. Be nice. Right, you can stay, but you have to be nice. Right, so conflicted with her role in the... Oh, we're gonna call it the Immortal War. Mortal War. The Immortal War or the Iridescent World, synonym for light. For, okay. Right, we want a synonym for light. Splendor. Incandescence, illumination, lighthouse, lambda, irradiation, emanation, brightness. Oh. We need one word that is going to explain what the war is about. So either what it is about or what's its attribute. Okay, so we're gonna change how we spell this. The I like the radiant or the Immortal War is good because it tells the person how long it's been for. Conflicted with her role in the Immortal War, dark elven witch Aramith chooses redemption and love in trusting Cameron, her ambiguous Virago guard, as they rebel on their perilous journey to find the dragon guardian of the key to end the war and free their world, Ilvanor. Are we in 272? That works. Okay then. I kind of like that. I really like that. You know what? What do you think, Kitten? Is it a good one? Is it a good one? I think it's a good one. All right, friends. I think it's been a long night for me and it's been a very long stream. So, you know, I might probably cut this short or re-edit this. I don't know. Or I'll make a short video possibly just to read the 2 tweets. I'll leave the documents in this free to read folder that I created in my Google Drive so that you guys can see the notes and all the stuff. I think that's the tweet right here. So I'm going to clean up the brainstorming, the characters, the conflict and such. I am going to clean that up, and I'll write the second tweet also that I will add to this document. It's quite... I'm just going to change the angle. The characters are going to be the same one, but obviously this book is an Aramis point of view, right? This story. The other tweet, the other Springboard, is going to be in Cameron's point of view, which I really like. And we'll see how that goes. So Aramis is on the redemption path, and what you need to remember about the second angle that I'm going to go for the same story is going to be that Cameron is on a reluctant hero journey. So all we have to do is show how Cameron is, how Cameron are uncomfortable. See, even me as a queer person, it's not always simple to, use the right pronouns. So, all you can do is keep trying and respect the characters and the pronouns that you go for. And, do it with your friends too. Be nice. The effort is what matters. So here we go. And as a writer, I'd say the execution also matters a lot. So I'm going to go for that second angle as Cameron, they become a reluctant hero of their own story. And maybe they have to convince Aramis, maybe they fall in love first, and that changes Aramis. And I kind of like the idea of calling Aramis only Lady Myth from Cameron's point of view. And I think we can make that work. So I'll put definitely each tweet in the doc, and I'll put the character count next to it. I'll clean it all up so that we're good in this. But I think this is pretty much how you do it. I don't know you, but I'm starting to have this vision of what they look like and what their world look like, and that dragon and what the key could be and all the plot twists that I can put in there. I could definitely write this. So, this is coming from a writer. I could write a book from this. So I'm guessing you can write a comic from this. But at least you see what kind of starting point I went from. And sorry, I'm having a lot of cat hair attacking me right now. At least you see what anchor points I started from, and how I build it up so I like to start from either a vision, a mission. Here we got given 2 themes randomly by your dice. So, it's just start and build up. Just brainstorm, write everything, okay? Write all your ideas, even the ones that you're not going to use, even the ones that are way past what you need to do to get to the point of that springboard, because it's a very concise exercise, right? It's an exercise in being concise, and in, I think is it? Yes. Sorry, word conflict and language conflict. Anyway, the point is to focus hard let yourself, give yourself in that focus and in that discipline that you have to, to start, give yourself the spontaneity. Let yourself, just come up with stuff. And you can decide a little bit later what's good, what's not good. And then, zoom in. You zoom in on your characters, you zoom in on what's their context, you zoom in on, what's the conflict, what you'd like this story to do, what's happening, where are they coming from, where are they going, what do you want to see happen. And I'm not sure I've done it right, because to be honest, this looks like a beginning, but I'm not, and it sells I think it can sell the story, but it doesn't really tell the end. It doesn't tell the middle. It doesn't tell the resolution. It gives them a quest. It was fantasy. I gave them a quest. We'll see if that's what Gail is looking for, and yeah, let's do that. I think we can definitely. The good thing is we can definitely sell this on the first tweet, and the second tweet sells it in another angle. But what I like about the two of those things is that, and what I'll end up doing if I'm creating a one book or a series or several chapters, which is what I see comics as. They're more like either separate adventures, but they all go throughout the arc of those characters. And I think here I would definitely start, if I treat them both as equals in that romance fantasy, which you need, at the very minimum, you need two people for a romance, and we could definitely introduce little romantic twists in there, but they don't have them. I mean, it's a fantasy world. We don't have to do things the way we do them here. But what I mean is, I'll probably mix the two angles into a one type of story where we emphasize on both characters and we use both angles. But I kind of like, selling that story by giving two angles, because then, it gives the producer, the editor, the person, the publisher, whoever's, looking at that springboard, it gives them two ways to imagine a story that is very much more complex in your head. So you kind of manipulate what they see, right? You're the window that they look at your story from. And I think that's what the springboard is for. It's an impactful pitch, pretty much, of your story in 280 characters as it is, in 2 tweets. So it's a one sentence, and I think we can do that. Right, so I'm gonna end it here. I really appreciate anybody who stopped by and watched this a little bit. I hope that you guys get some value out of this, and we'll do more Write With Me, maybe not as long. Maybe I'll cheat, because I hadn't looked at this at all, but maybe in day 2 I will cheat a little bit and spare you the 3 hours brainstorm, or I will not, and what I'll do is make recap videos that are like 10 minutes long for each of the days. And I think I might do that because it will help. In any case, thank you for your time, and if you found anything interested in this, I hope you'll tune in again next time I go live, and you know, subscribe, like the video, that would help. And I'll put all my links in there in the description, so that you can, you know, maybe find me on other social media. And yeah, let's do this again. It was fun. Cheers.